A victory for Queensland would be historic. It would be their 25th series win and push them 9 series ahead of New South Wales. The most decisive gap between the states in Origin history. It's been a testy build-up. There's over 90,000 fans here. Rugby League back page of both Melbourne papers. Queensland playing for the Shield, the Blues playing for survival. Origin 2 from the MCG. And Collins hit a merciless opening tackle. New South Wales opting to kick off and hoping to inflict some early damage. Carrigan, second carry, stopped past his own 10. It's with Cotter now. The last 2 winners of the Wally Lewis medal in succession for Queensland. Now Sewer. A strong return to Origin. In game 1 for the first time since 2021. Carrigan, 2 carries in the first set. Again, solid contact for the Blues. Murray and Haas in there. And Cherry Evans, in his 24th Origin for Queensland, kicks down to the first gamer. Dylan Edwards experiencing his first debut. A long-awaited debut, a 3-time premiership winning player. Joining me in commentary, Queensland's most capped player, and legendary captain Cameron Smith in Rugby League Immortal, Andrew Johns. This is a sight to behold.
Dylan Edwards, nice first touch of the ball. He wouldn't be able to feel his legs to be that nervous. Phil Gould spoke about it before the game. If you watch, you see Zach Lomax. He's got his right knee heavily strapped. Bursa problem below the knee. I understand they've drained it all week. And he's had a pain-killing injection.
Here's Moses. His first involvement, a high kick. It's a testing length. It's a big collision of bodies, and it's a cracking take by Taulagi.
Yeah, Murray Taulagi under all sets of pressure there, Tomo. But a pretty steady start from both sides. We're just looking out of the commentary box window now, and there's a little bit of light rain falling, so we'll have to wait and see who handles this, the changing conditions. Very light drizzle on the sideline.
For Xavier Coates, one of the local Melbourne brigade. Playing it to Ben Hunt, flat past Cotter. Dearden working around the back, and now Reece Walsh. What a potent attacking side of the ground that is. Walsh and the hammer. But Lomax and Crichton were there. They do pick up good yardage though, and Walsh stepping up to kick on tackle 5. A probing kick as well, aimed towards the posts and picked up by the always energetic Brian Totlock, who picked up 216 metres for the Blues in Origin 1.
They skinned him on the edge there, the left side, Queensland, but it was the speed of Mitchell Moses that enabled him to get across and release his outside man. Talk about Moses' speed and attack, but also defensively.
Here's Cam Murray, 49 minutes off the bench, and his return from 6 weeks out was all Michael Maguire needed to reinstate him to the Blues jumper for game 2. And now Crichton. Wrapped up by Cotter. A steady start for New South Wales. And Moses, a kick from his own side of 40. And Taulagi back and tackled just short of his own 30-metre line. Hamiso Tabuai Fido, after that treble in game 1, he has the best try-scoring strike rate of any player that has played more than 1 game in Origin history. 8 tries in 5 games. Hunt 40-20, or an attempt at least, and it's rolling towards the touchline, but Edwards dashes across the MCG turf.
Yeah, not a bad return. He's still running there, Edwards. Didn't mind that attempted early kick there from Ben Hunt. He just didn't quite get a hold of the ball properly. He was aiming for that 40-20, had a great angle. And there's Latrell Mitchell first touch.
And it's a robust run.
You can hear the crowd roar there. Everyone's on their feet.
Edwards around the back of Moses, and now Stephen Crichton. Crichton over the top of the hammer. Crichton tried to get a pass away to Lomax, which travelled forward.
Well, that's a statement.
Forward pass.
It's a real statement there by Stephen Crichton. You can see he's not happy with himself. Forced the pass. He gets one-on-one with his opposition, goes straight over the top of the hammer, and then tries to force a miracle pass. Wasn't on. Pretty even start. Both teams fairly conservative. It's been the first stoppage of the game.
From the back of the scrum. Hunt now to Coates. The State of Origin attendance record was set here at the MCG back in 2015. A tick under 92,000. There's barely a spare seat. There's been a real buzz around Melbourne town about this interstate rivalry this week, and the fans have turned out en masse. A breathtaking atmosphere. Oh, Hunt's pass tested Carrigan, but he did well to maintain control, and a pass underneath now from Daly Cherry Evans to Jeremiah Nane. 5 from the halfway. The Blues dominating the territory at the moment, but not for much longer as Sewer punches through a hole and gets to Edwards, who takes his legs away. Clean break Queensland. Play 5, play the ball. Cherry Evans will kick out wide. He's got a jumping target in Xavier Coates, who tried to leap over Latrell and missed it.
Okay, play the ball.
Yeah, well, let's play on. Mitchell, he just stood his ground there, kept eyes on the ball, so that's fair play. But that left-hand side for Queensland, lovely play. Just watch Sewer hit this space. Stephen Crichton, he let up to shut Walsh down. He got in front of his inside man, and it created that space. And you just see there the attempted take by Xavier Coates. Not good.
Well, I can imagine Brad Fittler is awestruck by what he's witnessing sideline tonight. Good evening, Brad.
Good evening, Matt. What a start of the game. The players are doing these conditions justice. The field's in great nick. Literally from the moment Zach Lomax put his foot to the ball for the kickoff, it actually started to rain. But the radar says the storms might miss us, or the showers might miss us. There's a wind behind Queensland at the moment. I'll let Joey explain the wind later and what it does in this venue. It just swirls a little bit, but it's perfect conditions for a Melbourne game. Penalty, the Blues.
And a very powerful running set this by New South Wales. The high tackle on Angus Crichton.
Yeah, just getting onto that breeze. It's blowing from the northwest, which is behind Queensland, going across to the right-hand side of the field. But what happens when it comes in this direction? It hits the Shane Warne stand and comes back. So the groundsman told me wherever the flags are inside the stadium, the wind's the opposite.
Make of that what you will. Payne Haas.
Offload.
Offload to Jake Trebojevic. The Blues have won 4 of 5 Origins played here at the MCG. Queensland have scored the first try in the last 5 Origins. Can New South Wales break that streak here? They're right in front of the post. Robson swings it left to Moses. Luai into the line, 6 more tackles. Nane, the last tackler off. From acting half Crichton, he tried to explore, but he has the benefit of that fresh set of 6. Played it to Mitchell. Now Mitchell Moses, and then Jake Trebojevic ran straight and hard towards Ben Hunt. They're back in midfield. They've got options both sides. Robson, a dummy. Haas, the ball at the back, bounce, picked up. Luai, Moses lets it sing. Top off, back in field. Beat 1, beat 2. Try to beat a third. Potter brings him to ground. Oh, another restart. The tackle's mounting up against Queensland here. Robson. Edwards. Super tackle, Dearden.
Great tackle. Great tackle, Dearden.
Moses in his 4th Origin game. Haas in his 13th. Just 4 wins for the giant prop from the Broncos. He's 2 metres away. Queensland holding firm at the moment. There'd be some burning lungs out there on the back of these refreshed sets. 1 bounce. Lomax with the pickup. Tried to step Talani, beat him. Lomax to the 10. No passageway through for the Blues yet. Crichton. Moses. Jake Trebojevic. Another one out hit up. Last play coming. It'll go to Luai. He'll kick to the end goal. Crichton tried to chase. He was checked, but Reece Walsh won't get the ball back.
A nice end of the set. Well done, Queensland. That man on screen, Reece Walsh, really organised his side defensively really well. You could see him chirping. And there's the advantage of a left foot, right foot kicker in the halves for New South Wales. Jerome Luai just puts it in behind. Queensland was 14,
yeah, I reckon
16 tackles.
About 13 tackles, Joey. They did really well to hold the Blues out there. How much energy, though, has that sapped from them?
Well, they'll go long. They're not trying the shortcut to get possession back. Luai, some neat footwork. And he has been the subject of a lot of consternation in the last fortnight, Payne Haas. Calls for him to dominate at this level as he does in club football. Here's the old stager Murray now. The Blues outside the 20. Robson, flat, very flat. Luai dancing, hit hard. Queensland's dogged defence holding firm. Moses feeding Martin. The Blues have scored the first try. And it's Mitchell Moses, recalled to Origin, who set it up.
You can see what it means to the Blues. All desperation. Liam Martin, watch him change his line just as the ball is passed to him. Moses will dig into the line. Harvey Norman replay. Watch this angle. Watch him change his line as the ball's in the air. Great angle run there from Liam Martin. And at this level, attacking the line, the best passes, they travel less than a metre.
Yeah, nice set piece there by the Blues. Lovely late ball at the line by Mitch Moses. But it was the late change of direction, as you said, Joey. Liam Martin, just a lovely hole running back rower. Hard to stop at the best of times. He just had Dearden heading out towards the sideline. Just caught him off balance. Freddie?
We could see in the background when they were waiting for the play to come out to the right, Mitchell Moses had tipped up Liam Martin that he was going to give him the ball. The last time they come out here, the ball hit the ground, and we've been a bit critical of the Blues' attack when they're spreading the ball out wide. A lot of balls are hitting the ground, but he tipped Martin up. He does this so well, Martin. 2 years ago, he scored the first try for the Blues in Adelaide, where he ran a similar line off Jerome Luai, showing his versatility going to the right side of the field, and a beautiful pass of Mitchell Moses.
Happy coach's box there for the New South Wales Blues. Well, they had to come away with some sort of points, didn't they, with that amount of possession?
Oh, yeah. It's important for New South Wales to score first.
6-0 the Blues.
Respond to that vocab, you worked him around on one of the tackles there, so just come outside. Yeah, no, don't do that, just outside. Stay behind, guys, just wait, Reece. Stay behind.
New South Wales with the better of the start here at 6-0. This is dangerously close to the touchline, but taken by Moses and fed to Jake Trebojevic. Lomax, one of the great debuts in a losing team. 224 metres, 96 of those post-contact metres. That's a massive ratio. And there was that spectacular aerial try to go with it as well. Played by Crichton. Murray, jarred. 4 plays gone. Robson scurries, feeding Crichton, who makes good yardage. And he's looked as at home in the opening exchanges than he has in his entire Origin career, Mitchell Moses. The ball taken at the back by Murray Talangi. Queensland's coach Billy Slater joins us. Billy, the Blues with the jump on Queensland here, which hasn't been the way things have gone over the last few Origins.
Yeah, there was just a bit of a run of possession there, and unfortunately we come up with a defensive error, and not ideal, but we'll get on with things.
What do you think the mindset is at the moment, Billy, on that field?
Yeah, just get back into the cycle of the game, Cam. I think that's where we're at our best, and that's what the boys are doing right now.
There was a couple of nice touches early out towards the left-hand side for Queensland. That's an area that you want the boys to keep targeting.
Yeah, when you get into that cycle, you get those opportunities to get your footy on. So, hopefully we can earn that.
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate that. Billy Slater joining us from the Queensland coaches box. Terry Evans with a long kick. And Edwards, as you'd expect after winning 3 premierships, a Clive Churchill medal and playing 3 times for your country, has looked most accomplished so far. Darren Lockyer joining us sideline as well. Good evening, Darren.
Yeah, just to add to Billy, I think the Queenslanders just need to watch their discipline too. Just errors around the ruck, giving away penalties, that's what's cruelling them at the moment. So they just need to be settled down and just keep the errors out of their defence.
Option's been keen to run. And Haas bounced away from that attempted tackle by Sewer. Luai the preferred kicker this time. Coates ambles across, tried to get a foot, caught it, and then got jammed by Crichton with a great kick chase tackle.
I thought he had his foot on the line then. And then it's Crichton. He didn't give up on the kick. Look at this tackle. Whack.
The Blues quickly off the defensive line. And another violent clash. That was Reece Walsh putting himself right in the frame.
Well, that's not Reece Walsh's job. I think when they saw him one out, the Blues forwards are licking their lips there, offload.
And to Cotter, who was largely standing still there. He'll play it on the 30-metre line. Ben Hunt and Walsh, even though it's play 5, he's going to run it. And why wouldn't you with these speed machines out there? A kick by Talangi. Queensland chasing. The ball will bounce end over end and over the dead ball line. But some enterprise by Walsh.
Yeah, well, they clocked off for a moment there, the Blues. It was the last play, and they chose to get out on their short side, the Queenslanders. They caught him right on an edge.
In the middle.
And they just had to find a bounce there from that kick from Murray Taulagi. Freddie?
The big difference between the AFL and the NRL games is how firm the surface is. If you get to kick the ball and you find the grass, you're going to get a big bounce, and that time it wasn't in favour of Murray Taulagi.
Well, it's a warning shot to Zach Lomax. If he goes back early on that right wing, they'll run the ball from 60 metres out. Was that man Reece Walsh? He backs himself.
Murray attacking him behind the play the ball.
He has been enormous, playing the ball so quickly.
Luai right on the advantage line here. New South Wales asking a lot of questions of this Queensland defence, and Luai is right in the thick of it. A kick over the top to the oncoming chasers. It's taken by the hammer. They're going to drag him back into the arrow.
He was always bringing him in.
Smart play. That is a smart play from a young man, Stephen Crichton. He doesn't allow the momentum to stop, so he's got every right to drag him. And just watch this. He allows the hammer to catch the ball. Bit of confusion at the back of Queensland. He puts his feet on the ground and just keeps driving, dragging him back into the in goal. That's a big play.
Do they go short here?
Oh, I think long. Get the ball.
Havassar's grabbing his shoulder.
No.
He looks in all sorts.
They go long.
Another kind bounce for Jerome Luai, and Haas having a strong start. Oh, the head jolted back. Another massive clash. Stopped by Carrigan. Moses pulling the strings well. Trebojevic, heavy involvement with the ball. 15 away. Right of the posts. Drops it. Moses Luai. Here's Latrell. Latrell Mitchell with a backhanded pass for Brian Tonko in the corner. A bit of Mitchell magic.
Well, there's a couple of things to look at here. Firstly, Mitchell Moses. He'll go into the line, but not too far. He'll go far enough and play at the back to Jerome Luai to give him time. And Luai just throws it. Harvey Norman replay. Catch, pass. Give him time, gets on the outside, Latrell, and then look at the skill there. The flick out the back. Does he keep his feet in there, Brian Toe? Moses gives it early. Luai gives it early. And then the flick. Yeah, that's a try.
Val Holmes, he just got stuck watching because of the presence of Angus Crichton. You know, they scored a try on their right edge with the back row punching that hole. Latrell, he's happy, nodded the head. He was very aware of that back rower punching a hole inside him, so he just planted his feet momentarily. He was beaten by the pass, and Latrell Mitchell, he just played his part. He didn't overplay it. He could have tried to take on those defenders, but it was a lovely little flick pass to that man there, Brian To'o. He's got one of the ball carriers that are most hard to tackle in the game. Brian To'o was so good. Freddie?
Well, at the moment, the Blues have been absolutely relentless. And on the back of that, their kicking game has been perfect. Forced 2 restarts and a tackle 1 metre out. They've been backing their attack up with perfect kicks. That's where the pressure comes from.
Well, New South Wales have had 64% of possession, which equates to 2 tries. Nearly perfect. Completed 11 from 12. But that'll turn soon.
Big test from Lomax. Right out on touch. He shapes it left to right and nails it. Start for the men in blue. A 12-0 lead and cashing in on this huge advantage in possession inside the first 20 minutes of play. And Mitchell's succulent pass found the mark for Brian To'o. His form going into game 1 didn't demand selection, certainly the last 4 weeks. He's been near his best, Latrell. 9 try assists and 3 tries for South Sydney over that window, and it's coincided with a return to form for the Bunnies. Edwards enjoying this outing. And Moses with his trademark high and long kick, which is allowed to bounce, and it will find the soft line. It threatened to roll dead and took a break towards touch and right in the corner.
Well, that just looked like a normal end-over-end drop punt, and the wingers and the fullback, they were a little bit confused as to whose ball it was. That should have been Reece Walsh's every day of the week.
He was half a yard off a 40-20 then.
Yeah. On top of the possession, though, heavily in favour of the Blues. This is where Queensland have been made to play most of the night down their own end, so that's making it much more harder for them to get into this game.
Well, Daly Cherry Evans is the master of the 40-20. Does he think about something of that nature to try to swing this momentum, which is very much in favour of New South Wales? We saw some wonderful archive vision in the pre-game show, but 30 years ago, 1994, Phil Gould's New South Wales team lost game 1 at the football stadium. That miracle try. They came here to Melbourne and won 14-0, and then went to Lang Park, as it was then known, and became the first Blues team to win a decider in Brisbane. To'o, good catch. And Michael Maguire's men repeat that journey 30 years onwards. Trail into a big, good tackle by Queensland, but they've conceded a penalty just when they had them hemmed down here. Danica, some news.
Yeah, just keep an eye on Hamiso Tabuai-Fidow. It looks as though he's struggling with a right shoulder complaint. He suffered the injury when Stephen Crichton dragged him into his in-goal, and he landed quite heavily on his shoulder, and it seems as though he's just had to take some painkillers then, so just keep an eye on the hammer.
Well, that's 2 penalties to New South Wales, and there's been 2-6 to go. With that possession,
haven't had to look at the bench either yet, Andrew. A lot of ball means fuel tanks aren't being expended quite as much as the team doing all the tackling, as it appears. Luai. Oh, Crichton's been physical, hasn't he? And Holmes trying to get him again. They all missed him. He didn't like the first collision there, Val Holmes. Nice pick up, Moses. Introducing Edwards, who plays to his Penrith teammate Martin Dearden. Great tackle. Super fast, play the ball. The Blues off down the short side, then back to Edwards. A couple of bounces. Someone needs to jump on it. Crichton's got it. Steps inside. Bit of jumper grabbing there from a couple of Queenslanders. He's pulled down 11 away. There's an attacking kick coming here, although Luai does like to dance on play 5. Moses will kick. It's a one-on-one scenario. Lomax! As if he was in the forward pockets. Remarkable.
Oh, he's a player, this young man. A lot bigger than what you think. Saw him at the hotel. He's well over 6'3". And this is his big strength in the air. We've seen him for the last couple of years really strong in the air. Harvey Norman replay. This is Jerome Hughes. Dance, dance, dance. Moses, cool head, lands it on the spot, one-on-one. And then look at that, up and over. Zach Lomax, great try.
Yeah, great kick from Moses. The execution here, the leap high. One of the locals, they would have loved that. They call them speckies here at the MCG. But Murray Taulagi, he just got stuck under the ball, which makes it so hard to get up and contest those footballs. When you're stuck under the flight of the ball, all the momentum was with Lomax. He did a great job to finish that off. Freddie?
Well, Darren Lockyer spoke before about discipline in defence. The Maroons gave up another penalty, invited New South Wales down their end. And earlier on just spoke about the Blues kicking game has been absolutely perfect. And whatever people didn't travel down from Queensland or New South Wales, they got to love our game just then watching Zach Lomax fly above Murray Taulagi. What a take. Bring every one of the 90,000 strong crowd into the game. What an awesome moment for the young fella, and he gets a chance to convert his own try.
Well, one thing about goal kickers, you want to kick the tries you score.
This is a flawless start for the Blues. He's left it out to the right, but it's 16-0 New South Wales. What a stadium it is. Oh, the kick's gone out on the full. Lomax with the catch at one end and the presence of mind to put his foot on the sideline at the other.
I'm trying to think in memory the stats for New South Wales. 65% of possession. One missed tackle to New South Wales, 20 to Queensland. And Queensland, 56 more tackles. Only 25 minutes into the game.
I think Daniker's got some big news for us.
Yeah, this is some huge news for Queensland. The Hammer, he has succumbed to that shoulder injury. He's currently off the field. He's gone straight into the sheds with the medical staff. They're currently assessing him to see whether he will be able to return, and we'll update you as soon as we do know.
Kurt Capel on the ground, first Warrior to represent Queensland since Jacob Lillyman back in 2017. And he's come on to play in the centres. He does offer that versatility.
And there's the Westpac red zone. Look at the play the balls. 13 to a duck egg. That's why they're dominating this game, New South Wales.
Isaiah Yeo on the ground now. Blues vice captain. His 13th origin. The ball sent through Mitchell Moses and now to Luai. Jerry Evans held him up and Fodawaker in 15's out there as well for Billy Slater.
Stay where you are. Take it back. Okay, no. Time off. Let's go, Jerome.
You need
Come
to
on.
farrier, Jerome.
Come on.
Maybe put it on after you play the ball, John.
He's done his shoelaces up properly. Moses with a kick for Sutton. They've got another one. The Blues are running rampant at the MCG.
Well, it's a 30-second play the ball, and Mitchell Moses looks up and he sprints from the right-hand side of the ruck to the left-hand side. He's obviously looked up and saw Reece Walsh, which he's over on the left side, sprints to the other side, brings the defence up, gets it in behind. That was too easy. Harvey Norman replay. Looked up, saw Walsh on the other side, went into the line, which brought up the outside defence and got it through, and that was too easy. Smart play, Moses.
Yeah, it was way too easy, wasn't it, Joey? Good recognition, though, from Moses to see Walsh way out to that left-hand side for the Maroons. He was way out of position, particularly for a play the ball that had taken so long. They had time to get themselves set, the defensive line. Usually if the fullback is out of position where he was, that short side, that right-hand side for Queensland, they're aware that there's no fullback, there's no one covering him behind. They usually stick a foot out and play at that ball. What a start for the Blues. Freddie?
Yeah, you saw Jeremiah Nanai very hesitant. Yeah, his job is to fly up on the inside shoulder of Mitchell Moses and put some pressure on him. And as you can see, very hesitant. Just watch, he's just standing back in the line, just waiting, all the time in the world. And it's 5 kicks now, perfect.
Well, at 29 years of age, he's in the sweet spot of his career, Mitchell Moses. And this is the most distinguished performance of his career on the big stage. And that is a great kick from Tatum Lomax. Tale of two coaches. He set the tone for the week, Michael Maguire. One would think that comments at the start of the preparation were around trying to release the pressure on his team, particularly this man, Latrell Mitchell. And you'd have to say they've worked at the moment because the Blues have clicked into top gear.
The kicking game of Moses has been a masterclass early in this game. Played on 2 tries with some short kicks, but his long kicks.
Lost ball by Dylan Edwards.
Play it, okay? That's all against you.
A little turn here.
I've ruled milking.
What's the plan here for Queensland?
Well, that's the first incomplete set for New South Wales. Ozeo is challenging, so we'll see what happens here.
All right, Grant, we're on tackle 5 here. New South Wales is challenging the decision. I've ruled that there's a surrender tackle from Dylan. He's tried to play the ball too quickly, which has made him play it on the side and lose possession.
Dylan Edwards was saying he was pushed when he was trying to play the ball.
So in this instance where Ashley Klein says it's a surrender tackle,
Dylan Edwards holds the ball, lifts it from the ground. In attempting to put it on the ground, he's then twisted off the play the ball. This is considered ruck interference. The challenge by New South Wales is successful.
but Ashley Klein just said he called surrender, so the defenders actually have a right to hold onto the person playing the ball until he says release. He mentioned that.
Yes, Brad.
Ashley Klein also mentioned milking. That means Dylan Edwards was putting himself in that position to milk the penalty. Obviously, the bunker didn't listen to that or didn't hear that.
Gee, Payne Haas, his answer to criticism, 130 running metres already in the half. We haven't reached the half-hour mark. Here's Yo. Incidentally, already at 22-0, the most points New South Wales have ever scored in the first half of an Origin game. Robson, Yo, ball playing to his Panther teammate Edwards. Moses' feet gave out before he could hit top gear. Robson away now for Luai, another kick in behind. Reece Walsh is there, but look where they've given him the ball back.
Cameron, you're out there as captain. What are you saying to your teammates?
Well, you just got to try and compose your troops, Joey. You just got to try and compose them as best you can. Look, when you look up at the scoreboard, it's not a great sight. 22-0 down. A lot of people, here's a penalty for Queensland. This will relieve some sort of pressure, but you just got to go back to your preparation all week, your training sessions all week. There is enough talent out in this football field to be able to come back from this deficit. They just need to try and get some possession and some field position. They're just completely dominated in both areas by New South Wales. Lockie?
Yeah, well, they've got to start thinking about getting New South Wales coming off their try line, because that's all they've done all night, the Maroons. And so this set here, they've got to get to their kick and make sure it's a good kick chase, then win the contact. At the moment, New South Wales have had all the ball, and they're winning the contact and the tackle and kicking on the front foot. So big set here for the Maroons.
Well, Harry Grant is a man capable of changing games, and he's out there now. He's been handed a task, though. Photowaker didn't. That was a massive ball. Oh, and he lost it. He lost it in a big searching tackle. Moses.
Look at the reaction of the players. Latrell Mitchell, he just sprinted 40 metres. Come over and congratulate his halfback. Great pressure from Moses. But with all the possession, New South Wales, 66% of possession defensively. Their petrol tanks are full.
Well, this is a change. Spencer Leniu on the field for New South Wales with a bit over 8 minutes left. With his team on top, his team on the front foot, what might this look like?
Well, he was outstanding in game one, wasn't he? Only with 12 men, he was probably a standout for the Blues.
Watch this first run. Watch how quick he gets to top speed.
That's a move by Madge Maguire, New South Wales coach. He's going for the jugular right now.
Moses, Luai, Crichton, Edwards, brilliant pass, and Mitchell, Latrell's back in the big time. It is an avalanche.
Yeah, the left side's humming. Angus Crichton, near unstoppable tonight. Luai will go to the line. A lot of eyes on Latrell Mitchell, and they're pumping that gap between Daly Cherry Evans and Valentine Holmes. And the pass, the flick pass, Harvey Norman replay, this will show it perfect. Digs into the line, plays short. Look at this pass from Angus Crichton, flick around the back. Dylan Edwards, he gets it, and look who he finds. Watch the reaction of this man. On the big stage. He loves it.
Well, he said he wanted to rip into some Queenslanders. His team's ripping them apart right now.
Now, was it some exquisite footy played on the inside, wasn't it? A lovely pass from Luai and a lovely flick pass again from Crichton to set that man up. Good on him. Been plenty said about Latrell Mitchell, about his performances, particularly at the start of this year, but he's worked his way back. And here he is on the biggest stage. He crosses the stripe for the Blues.
Flat pass to Angus Crichton. Jerome Luai, he fades off his pass, which means when he passes, he goes backwards, which makes the ball look forward. Could have gone either way. It was one of those 50-50s, but everything's going the Blues' way. There's The melon there.
Extraordinary. Absolutely extraordinary. And Lomax with a traditional right to left shape has kicked another one. It's a glorious sight. He debuted here, Game 1 2018, as part of the remodelled New South Wales team under Brad Fittler. He scored a try on that occasion. He scores another one here as the Blues tear away to a barely believable 28-0 lead. And Spencer now is eating up the metres in the middle. You can see it coming when he charged out on the ground. Queensland, are they barely clinging on? They're not really clinging on at 28-0, but you feel like the damn wall's about to give in. Murray playing it to Robson. Out in front, Moses to Liam Martin.
Blood bin here, is it? Harry Grant. Ooh, been opened up in the forehead.
Heavily split, not sure.
That was the sound of 95,000 people booing together. Oh,
That hurts. Friendly fire. Doink. He's a tearaway, isn't he, Spencer Lunia? He goes from 0 to top speed in about 3 metres. And they're the hardest to tackle, the short, robust. How do you describe it? Rotund?
I don't know if rotund's the right word. Maybe compact. Danica, the Hammer's back on the bench.
Yes, he's back on the bench, but he still is no guarantee to return. He was seen to in the sheds. He's come back out here, and the medical staff said that they're going to put him through some contact here on the sideline to see how the shoulder holds up and whether it can settle in time. So still an injury that we don't have a confirmation on whether he will be able to return to the action just yet.
Okay, thanks, Danica. Penalty.
Liam, offside. Liam, here. And early.
Have you seen stuff like this in Origin before, Ken?
No. No, not for a long time. This has just been relentless from New South Wales. A fantastic start. You see the coach there. I don't know what he would make of this first half. I'm sure there'll be some instructions at half-time on the way they need to change this momentum, but it's only going to come through hard work and sticking to their plan. They've got to believe in themselves. Miracles do happen. They've got to go and make it happen for themselves.
Carter!
No, Harry.
Tackle
Step
by
away.
This will be a sin bin to Liam
Time
Martin.
off.
If they're consistent, we saw one on the weekend
Step away.
with Roger Tuivasa-Sheck for the Warriors. Gets him up,
Liam.
gets him over the parallel.
That's all. He lands on the shoulder. He's lifted into a dangerous position.
Well,
But he didn't. Okay. All right.
if there's consistency,
You going for touch? You going for touch,
there's
Dolly?
a sin bin in them.
Well, a try before half-time would be at least something. Here's Felice Corfusi. At 173 games with the Melbourne Storm. Crichton! With an extraordinary intervention. Crichton bounding up the field. Crichton to the 20. Queensland jumpers chasing everywhere, but if the Blues get it left, they're in again.
Oh, they're gone.
There's barely anyone past the post for Queensland. Dylan Edwards, Jerome Luai. He's come back the wrong way. He goes to Moses. Over to Crichton. What about Stephen Crichton? He's the intercept king. And in big games. Moses once again. Murray inside. Yo held within 16 metres of Queensland's line. Moses, short to Lenu. Great tackle around the legs. That was Fodawaker. Robson. Can't outspeed Harry Grant, who was defending at marker. Away from Edwards. Moses, Luai, kicking through. Walsh is there. Oh, he's got no other option. This is absolutely relentless.
No, it's impeccable. The kicking has just been incredible this first half. The plan that they've come up with their kicking and where they're putting the Maroons. Here's the intercept. He just picked it early. He had an idea that Sewell was going to try and tip it out the back. So he just stuck the right mid out, went downfield. Plenty of Maroons chases there. And then again, Luai, just a deft little kick into the in goal. The kicking game has pretty much shut the Queenslanders out of this first half.
The ball broke that 10-metre plane in the air, so New South Wales were able to make a legal play at it. And they get it back. Not even the short dropout. Executed almost to perfection is going to Queensland's advantage. Yo, right in the middle of the ground now. Moses, it's been a masterclass. Edwards out the back. Chan by Talangi, great tackle.
He passed off balance then, Mitchell Moses.
On the whole first half. Reece Robson looking with Moses. Now Edwards, now Crichton. A ball away to Lomax. He gets a second try. The Blues go into the 30s.
Well, I've never seen anything like this at this level. And the Blues are having a party. But this comes down to fatigue. Just a standard play. Players in motion. Players hitting in the right space. Harvey Norman replay. Moses will go to the line. And then Dylan Edwards catch pass into space. And Zach Lomax. Is that his second for the night? How many points is he looking to get? What's he kicked? How many has he kicked?
I think he's kicked 3. Has he kicked 3?
No, he's kicked more. If he gets this, it's 16. They're breaking all sorts of records, the Blues.
Yeah, just so clinical, isn't it? The attack, particularly down this end. What's giving the Maroons a lot of grief is that lead runner, that option runner that runs on the inside shoulder of Queensland's back rower, just holding up their back rower. He's the man that wants to release and get out and help their outside defenders. That time around, Jaden Sewell, he got held up, which put their outside man under a lot of pressure. Murray Taulagi, he come shooting in field, couldn't stop the ball. And Lomax unmanned in the corner. Freddie?
Well, they're missing tackles all the way up the field. By the time they get to their goal line, they've just got no confidence at all that they're going to make a one-on-one tackle. And as you can see, the proof is in the pudding. Just sliding off tackles. The Blues are just running hard and breaking tackles at will.
Well, Dearden was defending in the centres then. Sewell's defending where the halfback defends. With Hemiso off.
And Lomax has flushed another one from out wide. The record books say that's the greatest half of football Origin has ever witnessed. 34-0 at half-time. The previous record lead was 21-0 by Queensland in 1983. It's 34-0. I'm not sure this was a scenario anyone envisaged, James. 34-0 after probably the perfect half of football by New South Wales, who have scored 6 tries, 5 line breaks, 25 tackle breaks against 2 for Queensland, but the possession count is 68% in favour of the Blues, who have had 22 sets against 12 for Queensland. Extraordinary statistics. So on that basis alone, it is unsurprising the scoreboard is so heavily in favour of Michael Maguire's team. As ever, a determined Michael Maguire speaking there with Gal at half-time.
Hemiso back on.
The greatest first half ever put together in Origin football.
Once again, Cam Murray playing the ball so quickly. Avalanche of tries in that first half.
Another kick by Moses, fielded right against Queensland's goal line by Murray Talangi. So Hamiso with that shoulder needled up, perhaps back on the ground, and now Xavier Coates.
Generally with those shoulders, Cameron, you can needle an AC.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like, doesn't it? It looks like he's got the padding. You can see on that right shoulder, the padding on the top of the shoulder. That usually indicates a bit of an AC issue. So quite painful when it first occurs, when you injure that joint. Painkilling injection, it sorts it out pretty quickly.
Kick by Cherry Evans, taken by Brian To'o. He and Zach Lomax looking to join an illustrious group of players to score hat-tricks for the Blues in Origin. They're both on 2 tries in the first half.
I have no doubt New South Wales coach Michael Maguire at half-time, he wouldn't have been talking about attack. He would have been talking about defence, trying to keep Queensland to 0. Very defence-orientated coach.
And so Harry Grant's gone for the headgear after being opened up. Incidentally, Ruben Cotter, who's there to make the tackle on Liam Martin past the HIA at half-time. Played to Reece Robson. 6 Cowboys out there tonight. Robson the only one for the Blues. Look at that for a kick and a chase. Oh, Mitchell. That's the trademark aggression. And it just got a little out of control there.
Well, he launched himself, didn't he? At Xavier Coates. Ooh. This will give us a better angle, a better view of the contact. And that's high.
Is he put on report now?
Yeah.
He was.
He and Liam Martin on report for New South Wales out of this.
Looking at that replay, lucky he didn't get in there, Patrol.
Cam just said he should be suspended for 10 weeks. Played to Grant. Fadeaway cut. Toiling away. Nice offload. Grant on the backup. Dearden. Strong in defence. He's seen no ball. In fact, let's be fair, barely any Queenslander has. Stopped 10 metres over the halfway. Harry Grant for Pat Carrigan. Now for Cherry Evans. Great tackle. Mitchell. As Holmes caught that, he was right up there in his face. There's a Mr. Beat back in Origin, Latrell. And Walsh. He's taken a number of fifth tackle kicks tonight. Edwards spills one.
Knock on, drag it forward. Scrum, shot clock on.
Well, this is an area that they haven't really spent a lot of time in tonight, the Queensland team. And here's that hit there from Latrell Mitchell. He was just up, wasn't he? A great line speed. He was there to pick off the Queensland runners. This time a rare error from Dylan Edwards. He's been flawless tonight. So good. And there's the Westpac red zone.
Oh, wow.
1 play the ball for Queensland inside opposition 20 compared to 33 for New South Wales.
Painting the red zone blue. Grant from the back. And Billy wanted Queensland to start again. Can they score the first try after the break? Carrigan runs into Robson and Yo, and then Murray underneath them all. Right against the goal line. It missed them all. It went over the top of Cherry Evans. And took Cherry Evans out of play.
Well, he hit him without the ball. Can't do that.
He's up and at it again. And Moses with a great tackle, and it's been locked on. She's been good in defence, Mitch. He's forced a couple of mistakes, shooting out of the line and putting on pressure.
We saw this in the first half again.
Hey, Stephen! Stephen! Shot clock on. Zach!
You saw the play. Moses, very aggressive, up in Dearden's face. He was...
That's a penalty every day of the week.
Moses will see the threat. He goes up, goes in hard, forces the error. She's been impressive, Moses. Defensively, really strong. Not known for his strong defence. Kicking. Been a masterclass from Moses.
I mentioned his age, Andrew. 29 years of age. As a playmaker, you come into that stage of your career where there's maturity, isn't there? You feel like he's been in command of this tonight.
And he's played big games. He's played grand finals. He's played 3 or 4 origins. Leading into this is his 4th one. Everything's going to be right for New South Wales. Obviously playing behind a pack which is rolling forward, but this has been good, Moses.
Well, everything panning out according to plan, which it really does in Origin. He's got his biggest assignment coming up a few weeks' time, Suncorp. There he is again on the mop-up. Martin. He's all Origin. The Tamora Terrier. Moses stacking a short side. Great chase by the hammer from Marker. He's going to kick it, Liam. Realise he has a licence suspension and he is tackled.
I could feel his anxiety from here.
Jerome, nothing off the ball.
What do I do? Reece Walsh, the man to spark him.
Well, he has to be. He's the most dangerous man in the maroon jersey there tonight. He hasn't really had too many opportunities. Had a couple of good touches early on in that first half out in that left-hand side. They just got to try and find some field position like they've got right now.
Dearden, Cherry Evans. Mitchell got up out of the line. Holmes runs into Luai. Here's Carrigan. Attacking kick territory. Grant waits. Dearden flat. Walsh is there to link up. And Robson tackles his Cowboy teammate. Well, he's flourished tonight, Reece Robson.
Well, he's topped the tackle count. Oh, actually, second behind Cameron Murray. That's 20.
Made 50 tackles in an 80-minute effort in game 1 as well. I wonder when Connor Watson comes into Michael Maguire's thoughts here off the bench. And here's Hamoli Olakawatu.
We didn't see much of Hamoli in the first origin. Just thought coming into this game, Latrell with an offload. Thought on that right side he could really put some question marks to Tom Dearden. Just keep an eye on Olakawatu when he comes on.
Crichton, the Canterbury captain, the youngest New South Wales player in the team tonight, playing his 8th origin. Not even 24 years of age, Stephen Crichton. A triple premiership winner. Up and under from Moses. Catch taken. Ball distributed out the back. Crichton with a gentle touch over the top. Martin chasing and Crichton there again.
Gave him some on the ground then.
No, please.
The penalty to Queensland.
No, this is Stephen Crichton. He gave him a headlock. Well, I don't know what they're called. Cameron, what are they called?
I think they're called grapples, are they?
A grapple. And there was no need. We see the replay, you'll see the arm around the throat of Daly Cherry Evans.
Untangled. So, Grant, it's a penalty against Stephen Crichton for a grapple.
There it is, the grapple. He called the grapple. He might find himself in a bit of trouble here from the match review committee for that one there.
Hey, I've blown the penalty against Stephen. Okay, out here. Just separate. Get all your guys over there. I'll just have you.
Yeah, Stephen Crichton all smiles. He can do that. His side's up 34 points to 0.
No.
Hey, was it here
What
where
happened
Tommy
was
called
there
out
was
the
a grapple
grapple?
by Stephen, all right? So that's the original
that was
penalty,
in,
okay? He has to stay away from that
City.
head area, okay? You do not take it
sure
in
he
your own
didn't call
hands
what
by
he was
pushing
wrong?
him. I need you to have a chat to Spencer about running in. Now listen, if that happens again, both guys are going to sit in the bin, all right? So no one comes running in. So take this chance to speak to your guys. Speak to your guys
Gus
now
was
that doesn't
coaching.
happen again.
When it all broke
Make sure they
loose
know.
down here.
Oh, Gus don't do cattle dogs.
Spencer
Well, here's
leading it.
Spencer.
No, doesn't take much for Spencer to lose it.
Oh, Tommy would be turning his grave at this. The late great Tommy Raudonikis, the Blues' first captain back in 1980. He and Arthur started all this.
Just watching the bench down there, Connor Watson. He's up and about. We'll see him soon.
Oh, big tackle, and the ball's been jarred out.
Watch
Martin all over the top of Jaden Sewer, and they come in again. Oh, there's a few pairing off.
Reece, cut it out.
The tension is boiling over. Martin wanted to make sure Queensland knew all about that
There we
error.
go. Guys, cut it out.
There's a decider coming up in Queensland, and the Blues are not going to take a backward step.
Well, if you want the promotions for the game
Stephen.
3, here it is.
All the way over there. Go back.
Ball.
Go back.
Play 1, and look at the hit
go.
here for
Take the
Spencer
guys over there.
Liam Martin, and then they
Work it out in a
push,
sec.
and there's an error.
We'll work it out in a sec.
And once we
Get
see
them
the
right
high
apart.
shot of this, you'll see them all rushing in, and then have a look at them.
Just give me the two players that
Celebrating
ran
it.
in.
Look at them rush in, the Blues. They know how big a moment that is.
So who started it? Yeah, who starts it all? Jaden Sewer?
Don't send anyone to the bin.
Yeah, talk through what's happened. Yeah, but who are the two instigators running in? Yep.
Well, 2 players will go to the bin here. Well, he'll have to send.
So Liam starts as
30
a
of them
penalty
to the
against New South Wales.
Sounds as though they're going to pick one out from each
We'll get the one who starts.
footy
yeah.
side and just sit them down. I don't know what's happened here. Let's just play footy, boys.
All right. So at the incident just there, oh, good, Isaiah. Look, obviously spoke to you at the incident about this type of thing happening, all right? So Liam starts it by rubbing the head there. There was a knock on, but don't take it out of our hands.
So Liam went for rubbing his head.
Now that we will not
And
tolerate
we've seen
that.
grapples, we've seen
I'm going to do that.
ticking up and
Control your
dumping.
players. Who are the ones here?
We've seen Latrell chin someone, but you're up someone's
Say
head, and you get
Oh, you
sent
go
in
to the
for
bin
that.
for that. Come on.
I spoke to you down there just as I spoke to Isaiah, all right? We're not going to tolerate that in the bin. Kelly. That can't happen again.
Harrigan knew that was coming.
That can't happen again. Speak to your guys.
Yes, Brad.
Will be your penalty?
Well, I was just standing on the boundary. There was a couple of old blokes just sitting there talking, and one said to the other, I was here in 1995. The fight looked different that year.
Yeah.
Hang on, Queensland are getting the penalty here.
That's for the head rub.
Is that for the head rub?
Yeah.
But it was quite aggressive head rub.
Right, let's go.
Hey, Brad, the 90, that's the one I was...
Watch this one, ready? Watch this tackle here. He's taken this first hit up.
And where's Spencer? It's Photoacre. And he runs towards Robson. There's Spencer, in around the legs. Centre of New South Wales 40-metre line. There's still 30 minutes to go here. No points for that 10-minute window outside of half-time. Has Jeremiah Nane had any football until this point of the game? Dearden. And Walsh using his pace. We know how much they have. Look at this guy move. Oh, he's come in late there with a flop over the top.
On Reece Walsh. Back here.
Well, it's a late tackle on Walsh.
I think it's Mitchell Moses.
No attempt to tackle, mate.
So it wasn't the late tackle that we
go.
identified. It was that one late from Mitchell Moses. Back underway. Fredo Akers had a long stint out there. 15 from the New South Wales line, which has not been breached in the match. Cotter and Robson coming together again. And breaks free of the tackle of Crichton, who was the last defender. Cherry Evans Dearden looking across. There was an intercept chance. It gets to Talangi, but the Blues turn up in numbers. There's 6 more tackles, however. Talangi playing it. Dearden away to Harry Grant, who's standing out at second receiver, has his passage cut off, and that's been the New South Wales method, rushing from outside in. Terry Evans to Walsh, beautiful tackle. Holmes, Coates, up against the stack of Blues who shove him back to the field of play.
They're short left.
Terry Evans kicks through, they're trying to get back, Edward taps it over.
Short left. Daly, Cherry Evans. Here's the shift down the right side. And then the scramble. Look at the blue jerseys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the next play, shot to pieces on the left side. Look at the scramble. They get across. Robson. He gets across. Hasn't had a break yet, Robson. 25 tackles. He's topped the tackle count for New South Wales.
Latrell gets a lot of hang time on their short kicks. It's brilliantly done, but it's a great take by Hamiso. And Brave, considering that shoulder injury that he's clearly carrying. Cotter.
Well, they're going to try and hit their back rowers short into the space of those rushing defenders like you spoke about, Tomo.
Can't get away from Lendy. He's relishing this Origin arena. Spencer.
Harry Grant is unhappy with something there.
DCE, short to Nane, through the hole, over the line.
Well, there it is. He plays short this time, DCE. The Nanai hasn't had a lot of opportunities down this end for the Maroons. Harvey Norman replay, rushing defence on the outside. Watch Cherry Evans hold the ball beautifully. Latrell Mitchell, he's worried about the outside men. And Nanai, he's a handful one-on-one. Luai, he gets isolated. Latrell Mitchell, he looks to defend out, one-on-one. Beats 2 defenders. And that's first points for the Maroons. Freddie?
Yeah, well, this last 15 minutes, this ain't about this game, but this is about Origin 3 in Suncorp. And Phil Gould always used to say, be the last one to score. New South Wales needs to bounce back from there.
Stay behind, guys. Not early.
Glorious shot
Stay behind.
from high up above the light towers at the MCG. Jeremiah Nane's second Origin try. He's only just turned 21, believe it or not. What a future. Darren Lockyer.
Well, that'll give them a bit of confidence, the Maroons, and some energy, but they need to go on with it here for the next 15, 20 minutes. Just build some confidence into their game because they've been on the back foot the whole night. So here's an opportunity to get some momentum back.
Another great tackle. Around the legs, Crichton. Penalty.
Take the benefit with the flop, all right? But you just can't lie there. Both of you, just lying on him.
Remarkable crowd here, and the atmosphere is still palpable despite the scoreline. Fodawaker up over the halfway.
Well, Angus Crichton then gave Big Mo everything.
So physical the whole night.
He launched that tackle.
Did a long way into the line. Back to Cherry Evans. Holmes now trying to escape the clutches of Mitchell. Finally, some football for Queensland to enjoy. Back to Fodawaker. 20 away. Crichton another tackle. Did in another possession. Walsh another involvement, and Hamiso knocked over in a good tackle. Walsh dashes down the blind side. Away to Jaden Sewer, and the winger Murray Taulagi had overrun that. He was well in front of him.
Yeah, he was. It was on. Maybe Taulagi, he was looking for the kick. But if he was onside and waiting for that pass from Sewer, he could have been away and in the corner. Yeah, it looked like he timed his run off Reece Walsh, 2-man inside. Yeah, just that speed out of dummy half created that overlap down the short side.
That's another way to negate that rushing defence. You play short and then double up down the short side. That was there was an opportunity for Queensland. They missed that one. Edwards playing Haas back on the field. There he goes.
Connor Watson's just taken off the big jacket as well. Might not be long before he gets his first involvement as an Origin player for New South Wales. It's been a wonderful story. His career was in the balance not long ago with that terrible leg injury. He's had a shocking run, actually, Connor. Just utility value and impact. Convinced Michael Maguire to bring him in here. Tantalising high kick. Ball on the ground.
First New South Wales.
Double knock on New South Wales, the first of them.
Zach Lomax,
there,
once
Isaiah.
again, he owns that. And that ball in the air. He just sprints down there and competes. Look, he's got eyes.
Captain's challenge, Grant, from New South Wales.
Captain,
They're disputing the decision that it was
looked like
a
it was
knock
all
on from them
Lomax.
first.
Cam, you were a Melbourne resident for a long time. Do you know the record crowd for an event here at the MCG was the 1970 AFL Grand Final? 120,000.
Wow. 120.
Collingwood and Carlton. I found it earlier, they were so many here, they sat them on the sideline.
Yep.
Outside the boundary line.
Zach Lomax knocks the ball back, it then hits his head. We're playing on to this point.
Well, what happens here? Does Angus bobble it into
Mo
Fodawaker's head? Just watch, is there a bobble here? No, I think it hits the forearm of Angus Crichton.
Angus Crichton then knocks the ball on.
Oh, he knocks it on.
The challenge by New South Wales is unsuccessful.
Angus and Mo, that's two of the Three Stooges, isn't it?
No more challenges.
Larry's in there somewhere.
Oh, Coates! Bashed by a big tackle by the Manly back rower. He's sweeping Hammond to the ground.
He's a great defensive centre, Stephen Crichton. Organises his edge, constantly talking to his winger and his half and his back rower.
Did it, lovely, great hands, Taulagi. Talangi's being pursued by Payne Haas. The Hammer wants a kick, the Hammer wants a bounce, the Hammer gets whatever the Hammer wants. He gets a ninth Origin try in what is his sixth game and continues this run of scoring in every match he's played for Queensland.
Well, he can find points, can't he, the Hammer? He just knows where to put himself. Great support play back on the inside. He was actually part of the lead up to that line break. Little short side raid by the Queenslanders. Harvey Norman replay. Harry Grant just noticed the numbers. Tommy Dearden goes down that short side. Lovely hands to set up Taulagi down the outside. And he's actually put in a little banana kick over the top of Dylan Edwards. A kind bounce for the Hammer. And now kick to come. It should be 12 for Queensland. Lockie.
Yeah, well, that's better. As we see Holmes make the conversion, 34-12. That's a lot better. Just getting the ball through the hands, running on the front foot. Well done.
Stay behind, guys. Just keep holding, Reese. Reese! Stay behind, guys. Okay, let's go, Zach.
Queensland have had some
Stay
brilliant
behind.
ball running outside backs across the years. Surely no one as dangerous as the Hammer. Just breathtaking. And here he is in space once again. Moses gets across along with Crichton.
Maybe a man by the name of Greg Inglis.
Well, yes, of course. But he different runners, if you will. The Hammer is just north of 102 strides. Inglis, all power. I mean, you'd like them both in your side. Just the most potent game breaker probably in rugby league. Lindsay Collins back on the ground. Terry Evans, Nene, Walsh, inside! It's an obstruction penalty, and it was an unbelievable tackle by Crichton.
Yeah, all legal.
Go that way.
All legal. It's fair game. The ball comes back on the inside. Valentine Holmes looking at the ball, cannot see what's inside, and Angus Crichton coming across, tying on the inside, and just whack. Oh, geez, I'd like to see the replay again. I was talking about the big tackle on Mo Fatawaker a few minutes ago. He has been so physical, Angus.
That's a side of his game that you don't see or notice as much, Andrew, but in every run and every tackle, he has thrown everything into it.
Need the seatbelt there. It was whiplash.
Haas and Collins coming together. It goes through Yo. We're back 13 on 13. Liam Martin and Pat Carrigan released from the sin bin. Played to Robson. Moses and Luai. Here's Crichton again, accelerating into contact straight towards Val Holmes, and they can't put him on the ground.
He has been so strong, Angus Crichton.
Yo now into the teeth of Queensland's defence and down to the 10. Luai first receiver. Tackle Lindsay Collins, the lone rooster amongst the Queensland brigade tonight. Played back to Robson. Moses long to Edwards. Edwards is going to get a try in New South Wales blue.
Well, Mitchell Moses, you won't be able to see it at home, but while that ball was being played, he was organising his outside man, communicating to his back rower and centre, and then tipping Dylan Edwards. And the pass here, he passes off balance on his inside leg. Harvey Norman replay. You can see him organising. Look at the black dot there. Look at him organising his men. Dylan Edwards gets in position. And look at that pass. That is an absolute gem of a pass. Look at that off the inside leg to generate power and pass that ball 15 metres and hit the mark. Oh, that's an amazing pass.
It all started to play the ball, Joey. Reece Walsh, he come out of the tackle late, as did Harry Grant. They weren't able to set their defensive line. They were caught short on that left-hand edge. Mitch Moses, he picked it. He had two outside men that ran some great outside lines. There's a couple of happy New South Wales fans. He had a couple of outside runners that ran some good option lines, and he found that man on debut out the back.
Look at Moses, Cameron. Look at him demanding, look at him talking, communicating. It's the halfback. He does the thinking for everyone. He tells them where to run, what to do. He's had a game and a half, Mitchell Moses. That pass was amazing off that inside leg.
He's so cruelly denied his first Origin game in Sydney a few weeks back. Dylan Edwards has arrived as an Origin player. The kick hooked to the left, 38-12.
Stay behind, guys. Play early, guys. Make sure you wait.
131 running metres
Just wait,
for
Reece.
Dylan Edwards.
He's been strong, Dylan Edwards.
Stay behind. Just wait here, Ruben.
I think everyone in rugby league was looking forward to him playing at this level. They go short.
Not that short and too long.
Contest.
It nearly landed in Brad's lap down there.
Oh, a bit of argy-bargy there
They're
between...
not quite, I tell you, nearly caught it was Connor Watson. He's just warming up on the sideline here. A few of the boys, as they're waiting for that kick, noticed he was coming. Had words of encouragement for him. There he is. He's had a torture of a couple of years. And if anyone's rewarded a bit of love or a bit of luck, it's that man right there, number 14, Connor Watson.
Great young fella. You wouldn't meet a better young fella than Connor Watson. We spoke about it. He played a game last year, didn't he? I think he was out pretty much all year. Smashed a patella.
There he goes. Straight into the thick of things. I suppose he's the current day adds into another former Rooster utility in Craig Wing. As Edwards is there on the back up and making good yardage up to the 30. Wing played 12 games across 5 series for New South Wales and won 3 of those series. Out to Olakawatu. Patrolling that right edge as he does for Manly on a weekly basis. Moses, pass. Good offload. Yo waiting. Moses straight out to Luai. Breaking free of tackles. Back to Moses. Great hands. Away to Crichton now. A left foot still. Oh, Genji Holmes must have had enough of Angus Crichton. Back to Connor Watson. The Blues are having fun with things now.
They're having fun. No dummy half.
There's a very big one. He got in there quickly, Payne Haas. Back to Martin. Over to Edwards. He's going to shift it over to Jerome Luai. Play what you see. I think that's what they call it these days. He rolls it on the right boot. And Walsh pounces and accelerates, but Latrell's going to pick him up and bury him halfway on the turf.
Leave him.
Well, there's a big moment. There's a big moment. He's just got presence, hasn't he, Latrell Mitchell? And look at the bottom of the screen. Show the strength of the man. Hits him, lifts him up.
Well, that's actually smart play there by Latrell.
He could have got nasty.
He could have gone on with it, but he let him down gently and then finished him off on the ground.
Gently?
Gently. He just placed him on the ground.
Jerry Evans from 40.
Unnecessary.
Late tackle on the kicker.
Liam Martin. On report.
So 2 New South Wales teams have won deciding games in Brisbane. Minimal force in that contact, one would say. In 1994, we flagged this earlier. The Blues lost in Sydney, 1 in Melbourne, 1 at Lang Park. That was the breakthrough moment. And again in 2005, a series where Andrew came back for games 2 and 3. Great tackle by Mitchell on Holmes. He was powering towards the line. Ball sent to Cherry Evans. It's been lost back. Carrigan's going to scoop it up. We'll get some thoughts on what might happen at Suncorp Stadium for an Origin decider from the gentleman shortly, but that is just incredibly exciting, to say the very least. Here's Hammer. We'll wait and see on the severity of his shoulder injury in the wash-up of this. Cherry Evans, Hannah, last tackle, got it out the back somehow. Oh, touched by Crichton. He's given away 6 more tackles as Grant goes out to Reece Walsh. Steps Mitchell. Bullets a pass over to Dearden. Numbers left for Queensland if they can get it out there. Dearden beat Moses. Comes back towards the post, almost where that pass was thrown from. Dearden put down by Payne Haas and Jerome Luai. Carrigan on the first tackle as it is now. Cherry Evans over the top to Lungy in the corner.
You talk about obstructions. I think Cherry Evans here double dips. Cameron, you're nodding your head. I'm going to look like I'm biased. But he goes to the line and he has two options here, is to play short or go himself. Harvey Norman replay. But he double dips. There's nothing out the back really. He pumps and then goes in behind. For me, that's an obstruction. You cannot double dip like that.
Well, when everything's fine until the point where you see Capog go through here, and then he hits Moses' outside shoulder. I don't know if try is confirmed yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if this goes to the bunker and they have a closer look at it.
There's your answer.
Lockie.
Well, I think if he runs behind him, I think it's an obstruction, but I think it's okay. If he didn't let the ball go at that point in time and goes behind him, I think it comes back. But it's been a good second half for the Maroons. I mean, we know the game's over, but if they finish strong, it'll be good for game 3.
Another great kick by Val Holmes. Tomorrow, Origin continues. We head to Townsville for the first ever Women's State of Origin decider with less than 1,000 seats remaining. Don't miss your chance to see Game 3 at Queensland Country Bank Stadium, Townsville, live. You can get your tickets at nrl.com/tickets. If you can't be there, or if you're in other parts of the country, you can catch it all exclusively live and free on 9 and 9 now from 7:30 tomorrow. And that kick from Valentine Holmes has pushed him up to 3rd on the list of all-time point scorers in Origin. He's gone past Michael O'Connor, Thurston, Meninga, Holmes, the top 3 point scorers at this level of the game. They've had a much better second half, Queensland. I feel some of the intensity has gone out of the contest, perhaps. Although a bit of pushing and shoving would say otherwise.
I think New South Wales got the first 4 penalties, and then the next 7 went to Queensland. At this level, penalties are huge. Absolutely huge.
All right, Cam, I'll give you first thoughts on Suncorp decider. Clearly the home ground advantage, as history tells us, is a huge advantage for Queensland, but does the first half and the onslaught for New South Wales count for anything heading up to a Game 3?
Well, for the Blues it does, absolutely. I think from a Queensland point of view, for these players and the coach Billy Slater, it's almost a write-off. Look at the way that first half unfolded. 34 points to 0. That's just incredible, incredible. So it's almost a write-off, and they take away a few good things from this second half. It's currently 18 points to 4 in this second half. They've had more possession of the ball, they've had more field positions, and they've actually been able to play a little bit of football against this dominant New South Wales side. So
if New South Wales can score 2 tries these last 10 minutes, here you go.
Mitchell, top.
I think psychologically,
centre, breaking out of tackles. How on earth did that ball come out? And the catch was just as good.
It's Crichton, what a game.
Oh, the Origin game of his career. Murray now, after a break. Connor Watson, Jerome Luai. A shift in play, Moses a kick in behind. Not his best of the evening until Lungy's there. What's your case for New South Wales in Game 3, Andrew?
Well, the most important thing is they've got to think about the first 15 minutes where this game was won. It's won by hard work, all the effort areas. The kicking game was absolutely perfect. Sometimes when you have a big win, you can take the last 60 minutes into a game. First 15, 20 minutes, they earned the right. They won every effort area.
Xavier Coates. Danica, a memorable night here. Origin at the MCG really takes it to the next level, if that's possible.
Yeah, it's an incredible crowd. We've just been given the official attendance here. 90,084 in attendance here at the MCG tonight. It is the second biggest Origin crowd ever. And you have to say, down here at ground level, the atmosphere, it is quite electric.
That's a big test. Go up. There's a high tackle on Lomax. I've no doubt the Blues and all the New South Wales fans at home, they'll celebrate this game tonight. But the big one is in a couple of weeks at Suncorp. And can you imagine how big that game is going to be? If you ever win a decider, to go to Suncorp and win a decider, they're the ones when you finish your career, they're the ones that make you smile.
Well, look, there've been two successful victories for New South Wales teams up there, but Brad, and I don't mean to go over old ground, it might be painful, but your team in 2022 came within, what, a minute or two of doing it? It's an imposing task. How do you approach it as a coach?
Well, it's a completely different game for what they'll feel today, and the only thing they can do to prepare is win this last 7 minutes. That is all they can do. They need to get their ascendancy here. They need to score a try. They need to be the last to score. That's the only way they'll take an advantage into the game 3 at Suncorp.
All right. It's just unmissable. Suncorp decider. The pinnacle of the sport. And an error here from Cameron Murray.
On the ground and the ball shifted.
I think there may be a challenge here.
I think they've blown it.
There's no challenge, guys. You surrendered. The ball shifted on the ground, guys. Let's go.
Is this only his second game back or third game back?
Second.
Second game back.
Played 49 minutes for South, so after 6 weeks out.
His performance early, how quickly he plays the ball, his late footwork, the low centre of gravity. For a halfback or a dummy half, playing with someone like Cameron Murray,
look him in, Dylan. Feet
it'd
down,
be so good to play behind him.
Holmes. I don't know whether they've got a bee in their bonnet about Holmes, but goodness, they've served up some physical punishment whenever he's run the ball. And numbers in tackles. Here's Carrigan. Ben Hunt after a long break. Now Felice Korfusi. Walsh, Hammer, Talangi. It's an irresistible combination. And he palmed off Martin. And Jake Trebojevic, the skipper, across there to clean up.
They've been slick down that left side, Queensland.
Time for Cherry Evans. The kick's too long. It's taken by To'o, who dodges the first tackle, as he inevitably does. And he's felled on the 10-metre line. 5 minutes to play in Origin 2. And the Blues have given all rugby league fans what they probably desired if they dig deep down, a decider. I'm sure Queensland would be happy to lift the shield, but there's nothing quite like it. The intensity of a deciding game. There'll be upwards of 50,000 at the Cauldron to decide this thing. Queensland shooting for 3 in a row. And New South Wales hoping to defy decades of history that says it's not impossible, but highly improbable that you can come back from 1-0 down and win.
Well, if they put in a performance like they have tonight, Tomo, the Blues, they give themselves every chance. They've had some outstanding performers right across the park. The forward pack, they've worked hard, they've run hard, they've tackled hard. The halves have been fantastic. Their kicking game almost immaculate. There's only been a couple of kicks that haven't found the mark tonight.
Another left side raid and Walsh dumped by Moses. He's arrived on the big stage, the Parramatta halfback. Another kick by Cherry Evans, aimed towards top side of the ground, comfortably taken. Oh, he felt all of that, Reece Walsh. They still can't stop Crichton. 77 minutes into the game, he's breaking tackles. He's Connor Watson this time. And Dylan Edwards, the new guard and the number 1. And part of a winning team first up. Luai sends a wobbling kick in the air, taken by Xavier Coates. And in 2.5 minutes' time, the New South Wales faithful will celebrate appropriately. The most breathtaking first half of Origin football we have seen on paper. 34-0. A flawless 40 minutes.
I'd go as far as saying, I think this is the best game I've seen Mitchell Moses ever play. I know the opening at Combank, he had a huge game, scored an amazing try. His kicking game, his running game, and defensively, which has always been a bit of a knock on Mitchell in his defence.
Any doubts on Latrell's thirst for Origin in the blue jumper has been put to bed tonight. An inspired performance, and you must say faith from Michael Maguire has been rewarded. If New South Wales needed his X factor, he's delivered that with the ball and also with great aggression in defence out wide. He belongs at this level, there's no doubt. When he's right, wow, what a force. Edwards stopped inside the final minute here in Melbourne. Another long kick reefed down the right-hand edge by Moses, taken by Talangi. The hammer for Walsh. The Coates. It's Latrell.
Well, the question mark around Latrell coming in tonight was defensively. Been playing fullback for a couple of years. Defensively, he's read the play really well, tackled really well.
He did him with a dummy. He gets jolted in the tackle. It is a memorable night in the history of New South Wales Rugby League. The series is alive and Suncorp is waiting. The Blues have won it. We're locked together. An emphatic victory.
Well, that was incredible, wasn't it? Particularly the first half, the way that the Blues went about their football. Some ill discipline early by the Maroons. Handed the Blues field position, gave them plenty of football as well. They nearly went a point a minute in that first 40. And from there, it was just too hard to peg back. They kept trying, Queensland, but to no avail.
Game 2 in the Origin series of 2024, won by New South Wales 38-18.